Underdog scramble. Shout out Byron. Let's work. Hop, hop, hop. Underdog scramble, watch the ball fly. Pin seek a birdie game, touch the sky. Drafting with perfection, every line is a blessing. Hitting birdies in succession, whole course, learn a lesson. Bunker to the cup, I'm gripping and ripping. Byron yelling, send it 808, straight dripping. Drafting with perfection.
Gotta love that intro. It's an absolute banger. We are starting off the year without the microphone even remotely close to our mouth. Happy New Year to you all. Happy 2026. May this be the first of many Back Nine Bets videos you watch in the 2026 year. This is the first, obviously. Good evening last night. Just, parented, stayed up a little, played some games, had a good time. Went to bed way earlier than we should have, to be honest with you. So this is usually the hair of the dog day, but we are feeling fantastic and frisky. So let's get into some best ball for PGA on Underdog Fantasy. Use code MANIAC when signing up for the first time over there. Hit the like button while you're at it. If you're on Twitter, give this a retweetles, please. For those of you that are new to the crew, we're going to get me in a situation over here, if I can hide myself. I know I was doing this just a couple minutes ago. There we go. Now you guys don't have my big face in the way, and we can see most of the names. And the way we're drafting today, we're not going to need too many names behind my face because we are the beginning of a new draft wave. I don't know why the brand color is now blue. Let's get it back to green. I also don't like it nearly that dark. There we go. Okay. Messing with brands as we rock and roll. Comment section. First person that doesn't have a DAWG Dominator that comments in the live stream right now, I'll send a DAWG Dominator to. Let's get this comment section going. Let's go. All right. But you have to comment. Tell me how good looking I am this morning. Just kidding. All right. So we've got 35 scrambles. We've got a couple big scrambles as well. I cannot stop drafting these golfers. So this is my new slew of rankings. We have 31 minutes to get to our first draft, so we are fine on that situation. Exposure-wise, I am in a predicament with these specific golfers. We're going to filter by A to Z, and I have drafted Garrick Higo, Russell Henley, JJ Spawn in the 40% exposure range. JJ has been in 4 out of 10 lineups. Garrick Higo has been in basically 1 in every 2 lineups. Half of my lineups have got Garrick Higo. I have him ranked significantly higher than where he should be. If I take away this power ranking adjustment, he's 5th in my model. I think he's going to start the first 7 tournaments and potentially just play a bunch of golf, and he's playing some really good golf right now. Why the hell not? You can get him late in rounds. So that would be. There we go. Bryson Zanderson. Dude, do you have X? Make sure that you message me over there and I can hook you up. Or just get into the Model Maniac Discord and I'll hook you up from there. Message me over there. Either way, I've got you covered. Thank you so much for getting the live chat rocking and rolling. Another live Byron, of course. Yes. And I'm in a circle this time, bobbing and weaving on a situation here. So these are my guys. I got Too Much Tommy Fleetwood, Billy Horschel, Sammy Valimaki, Xander, Max Grieseman, Ryan Fox, Johnny Kiefer, Jordan Spieth, Aaron Rai, Shane Lowry, all guys that I've drafted over 25%. So 1 in 4 drafts have these guys in them. I like them a lot. Now, the cool part about the DAWG Dominator, which, by the way, is free to you if you are an annual subscriber of the Model Maniac Patreon. So you get a $50 product for yourself for free, and you get yourself 2 free months because you're an annual subscriber. So in my opinion, you're basically paying for just 2/3 of the year over there. So go ahead. You get all my bets. You get all my tools. You get all my Discord information for every single week of golf. Go check it out at the Model Maniac Patreon. It's a great deal, and it's the beginning of the year, so why not start now? All right. I feel like Scott Hansen over there. 7 hours of underdog drafting starts now. Power rankings. We've got the power rankings over here. We've got some projected starts for round 1, for round 4. Birdie or better gained. I've added that to the model this time round. Got weighted strokes gained. We've got some last 8, last 4 strokes gained, some world ranking points, some top 5, top 10 finishes, made cut rates, and round 4 and round 1 strokes gained history. So we're kind of shooting for guys that are going to really dominate in round 1, dominate in round 4. But the point of this video is to use this part of the tool. It is where you change your exposure based off of how many people you've drafted. So if I take this away and click to no, all of the rankings are going to be the same. If I go to yes, boom chakalaka, the rankings change. Yes, the rankings change when this thing catches up. It was just there, right? Like this one's working. Okay, let's just hang out with this guy because this guy seems to be the one. I think that the computer's taking a little while. So I'm going to get out of a couple tabs here. And then we're going to draft some draft underdog teams here, friends. All right. So the thing with this tool, and I've drafted now about 2/3 of my teams. I've got 50 drafts left, basically, 60 drafts left. I need to start diversifying. I need to start making sure that I don't just have Xander, JJ Spahn, Tommy Fleetwood in my lineups. I need to start spreading out some love. So we are now using the adjusted rank column to draft our golfers strictly, unless I have a fetish for somebody that cannot be solved with the adjusted rankings. So our current adjusted rankings for the first 6 guys in ADP is going to be Scotty, Ben Griffin. I can take in the 3 spot. Wu is saying, yeah, we can go see exactly what our rankings are. Bobby Mack, I will be taking religiously. If you are in a draft with me, I'm going to be taking Bobby Mack in round 1. So if you want him, get him before me. I'm telling that to you, Yappo. I know we're in a couple. Ben Griffin, Ludwig as number 4 because I've only drafted 3% of him. He's kind of, his ranking is just jumping up now because everyone else is around him is getting pushed down, which makes sense. I mean, he went from 13 to 4 just based off that 3%. Patrick Cantley, same situation. So we are trying to get some of these guys in. Although we're not very bullish on them, we're going to start sprinkling these guys in as much as we can to make sure that we take care of a variety of golfers, you know, because we aren't necessarily trying to predict who's going to play the greatest. That's the hardest part to do. We're going to try and just predict who plays. So what's up? Money ain't a thing. Checking in to say, hey, wishing you good luck on your drafts as well, my friend. So let's get into it. 65. I've gone through and on my iPad and labeled all these bad boys. So we can make tabs now and we can draft some fun drafts. So draft number 65 leaves us with, we can get a Sam Burns at 3. And I've been preaching we should not be doing that. But we have got the 3rd pick for number 65. And it's telling us Ben Griffin. Who did we see? Yeah, Bobby Mack. I think we just go ahead and take a Robert McIntyre in the 3-hole. I'm bullish on him. So before we do that, I guess we got to go into why. Why do we like Robert McIntyre? If we go to his projected schedule, we have now seen that Robbie Mack has committed to the American Express. So he will be playing the American Express. I see him on the DP World Tour entry list for the week the Sony Open's being playing when they play the Euro Dubai Classic. So I don't think he's going to be playing the Sony. So I think that's why he's playing the American Express. He will be there for this. And then maybe he plays the Farmers. Maybe he does it. We don't have him playing the Farmers right now. And then we've got him Waste Management, Phoenix Open, AT&T Pebble Beach Signature Event, and the Genesis Invitational. Remember, he is a signature event guy. He is one of the best golfers in the world. He's 7th in world golf ranking. Do not have enough of him. He doesn't play hardly any golf in the Texas, Florida swing over here. That's okay. What we love Robert McIntyre for is that round 1, round 4 combo. I mean, he's giving us 5 starts and 4 starts in those 2 pods as a top 10 golfer in the world. So He's the Canadian Open, one of them defending champions from 2 years ago. He loves the US Open. He almost won that bad boy, Travelers Championship, Genesis Scottish Open. He plays fantastic golf at, and Open Championships. You know, I wouldn't be shocked if his first major comes at an Open on home soil. You never know. So there's some stuff to like about Robert McIntyre, and I'm going to be hammering him home early since, you know, he's hardly drafted by us right now. If I take a peek at his situation, I mean, I've got 6% of him, and I've been drafting a lot of him already. So we're going to jump up because I'm bullish on this man. So I'm going to be taking him a lot. Robert Mack, off we go. All right. So things are going to start off slow with these drafts because now the thing is, if we really wanted to, we could go. We don't have Sam Burns right now either. And Sam Burns has been going a lot earlier too. And we've got 17% Sam Burns. So I'm not too concerned. I think the way to go, is just with Bobby Mack. Let's just make that play, and off we go. We'll take whoever comes back our way. Robert McIntyre. Let's go. There's another Bobby Mack in the 4-hole. Wu has come back around to us. Michael Kim. I'm cool with the Michael Kim comeback arounder. What number draft is this? 66. Bobby Mack in the 4-hole. Michael Kim's grading out as the 8th best option. We've got 12% of him. And Harry Hall, we got number 3. We've got 15% of him. We've got already Jordan Spieth. 25% of Jordan Spieth. So we're going to have to chill out on Spieth a little bit. There's Harry Hall and Michael Kim. I don't see Michael Kim making it back to us if we leave him alone. Harry Hall could potentially make it back to us. We don't have too much Michael Kim, so we're going to go ahead and take a Michael Kim. Quick click over there. Michael Kim. Off we go, darling. So that is that pick taken care of. Let's get to draft number 67. Ben Griffin, Bobby Mack in the 2-hole, coming back in round 2. So I like this start a lot. As you can tell, this is the Robert McIntyre stream. Kitayama is gross. He never plays a lot and also doesn't do good with the exception of a few tournaments every year. I know. That's the thing. That's why I'm struggling to get after Kurt Kitayama. I just want to relive my glory years and take Eric Cole 101. Yeah. He went undrafted in a draft I just got done with. So, oh, how the mighty have fallen. And I have a lot of him because of some random auto drafts, unfortunately. So, yep, I couldn't agree. Let's go, Bobby Mack. All right, so here we go. Harry Hall's being suggested. Robert McIntyre, we've drafted already. Got some Maverick McNeely, some Spieth, some Ludwig. I think we could potentially take Ludwig, in the 4th round. Maybe even like round 6, maybe. I don't know. We're going to start seeing how he goes here because I don't want to waste picks on him when I can be going to other people. Happy New Year to you, my buddy. Happy New Year. Good to see you in here again. All right, number 67. Let's make a 67. Okay, that's Ben, Roberts, and we got a Rory available to us. We got a Tommy Fleetwood available to us. We got a Ludwig and a Spieth. I think do we go Spieth? Man, Rory's getting dinged hard for some reason. In this, is he out of my top? Yeah, he's well out of my rankings. Oh, I've moved him down for some reason. What on earth do I have that there for? It must have been like a rogue before I made some setting changes. I want to take Rory in the 3rd round. 3rd or 4th round. Yeah, let's go with like anytime he makes it into the 4th round, I'll take a Rory McIlroy kind of thing. Okay, I got way too much Tommy. It's telling us to take Jordan, and I mean, if we plug that in, it's going to look delightful. That is like looking really good apart from Cognizant Classic, which, by the way, I've taken Russell Henley out of the Cognizant Classic and put him in the Amex as the Desert Sun has written up. Him and Adam Scott are going to be committed there. So Russell Henley should be playing the Sony Open, should be playing the Amex, the 2 signature events. If he wants to play the Cognizant, he will be playing 5 in a row, which would be, where's Russell Henley over here? So I know what his schedule is anyway. So he would be playing Pebble, Genesis, Cognizant, API, and Players, which Russell Henley doesn't necessarily play very many tournaments in a row, as we've discussed in the Discord. So if you haven't jumped into the Discord, go check that out at the Model Maniac Patreon as well. There's a best ball Discord, and that also falls under the umbrella of the season-long annual package. So we've got it all for you guys. It's been awesome in there. The Discord is part of the reason why I removed that Cognizant start from Russell Henley, because it's an important start and it hinges off a lot of drafts, hinge off the Cognizant. So I don't want to be leaning on Russell Henley too much to fill that hole. I want to be leaning on Russell Henley because he's a good golfer. So I've drafted enough of him to kind of plug Cognizant holes before this news came out. Now we adjust based off the news. Off we go. Russell Henley's now like just a round 1 guy for us. Still going to be taking a decent amount of him in round 7 and beyond. I've got too much of him in round 6s already lately. So my rule is I need to wait for him to drop to me. There we go. Jordan Spieth going to light up the boxes. We don't have a single start not covered yet somehow based off of these guys. And there's a lot of 2s. So good stuff there for draft number 67. Jordan Spieth in the 3rd round, I will take. With this lineup, Ben Griffin, Robert McIntyre, Jordan Spieth. I'm high on Ben Griffin, people. I'm very high on Ben Griffin. Happy New Year, sides. What's up, John? What's up? Been loving the DAWG Dominator tool. Any concern about live rumors for the South African guys and about Griesemann? If Griesemann, if Higo, if Aldrich go, I'm in trouble. Once again. But, I'm not going to not draft. That's why. Now we're high on those guys. Now you start drafting away from them. It's up to your personal level of risk tolerance and how much exposure you want to get to those potential rumors. They are rumors after all. Siwoo Kim is another situation which could happen still. Likely won't. Who the heck knows? All right. Draft number 54. So we've got to go to an old tool with different settings, different exposures, all of that stuff. Here we've got some of these drafts are taking forever to get finished. In this draft, you've got a Victor Hovland dropping all the way late. Keegan Bradley, Lucas Glover. There's a Ben Griffin, Cam Young, Rory, Rico, Nico. Russell, Johnny Kiefer, Gary Kigo, Aaron Rai. Those are like core staple guys for me. So we need to go to Harris English. You'll cover a Farmer's start for us, but also I want Cognizant starts. We need Cognizance. So give me that. Let's get everybody in here. I don't need Pebble filter anymore. Okay. So now when this adjusts itself, it's because I've based it off of like the first 120 people in ADP who's been drafted already to like change the rankings. It's a small formula, not even really a glitch. It's just recalculates a little bit based off of some stuff. If you have this set by ADP, it's good to go. And I think that's fixed in the new version anyway. So whatever, old version, old problems. So what have we got going on here now? Number 60, we need a signature starter. We need some CJ Cup Byron Nelsons, and we need some Cognizants. So let's see who's checking boxes for us ADP wise. We got rankings here. So Ryan Fox, if available. I've drafted significantly more Ryan Fox since this tool, since the next wave of exposure made it into my models. So we got to slow down on him a little bit. Spieth, Grissom, and Valimaki. Vegas, potentially someone that can fix a couple of those problems. Is he going to be playing the CJ Cup? Byron Nelson, probably. Not currently in the US Open, not in the Open Championships, not in the Masters. Might be playing PJ, maybe. So he's going to have to be playing some golf. Do I trust him? Not at all, but I think we've got some heavy hitters early. He kind of just fills random holes that we need. Is he going to be playing? Do we have him playing Cognizant? We do. So we'll take a Johnny Vegas at some point. Is he like, or do we want like a Keegan Bradley? But Keegan Bradley's not going to fix that CJ Cup Byron Nelson start. We got to plug holes where they are. So I'm going to go with Vegas here. There's a Kevin Yu, which I have a lot of already. Keith Mitchell's probably one of those guys. Benny Arn could potentially play. Does he play the Byron Nelson? He does. And he plays the cog, right? So I like Benny Arn, actually. Let's go Benny Arn. Sorry about that. Didn't mean to get all weird. It's a new year, yeah. Let's have another sip. All right, so Ben Arn's in the mix. 68. New set of drafts. Duplicate. By the way, I've got a couple big scrambles, which when those show up, we can discuss. Going to have a separate model for those because they have different settings. 68, I took a Xander Schauffele in round 5. We don't have much Cameron Young, Harry Hall, Bobby Mack. A Xander, Bobby Mack combo. Cameron Young, Michael Kim, been taken already. Yep. Cam Young, Bobby Mack. I think we just go Robert McIntyre. Still popping off hard as number 4 pick for us. Jordan Spieth. Harry Hall's popping off number 3. Let's just go Harry Hall, yeah. Spice things up a little bit. I've got a lot of Xander, Bobby Max, or Bobby Max Xanders. I think I've had that happen already. Need to start collecting some Harry Halls, even though we are drafting him high. Most of my Harry Hall exposure. The cool thing about your exposure tab, let's go down a random tangent over here. You can go find Harry Hall. Find Harry, and then you can see I haven't picked Harry Hall in the second round yet. So all of my I had 1 11th pick. So late in the second, that was with probably like a Ben Griffin. So I've held off. It's unfortunate. It's how it's going. I got to get myself some Harry Hall there. It's whatever. Okay. 69. Bobby Mack in the 5 hole. We can just copy 66, basically. Bobby Mack in the 5. It's telling us Xander, Michael Kim, Harry Hall, Jordan Spieth, Bobby Mack again. We can't do that, obviously. What is available? Cam Young, Tommy. Should we get a Bobby Mack and a Harry? Is that what we just did? No, that was a Xander Harry. Should we go Bobby Harry? Whoopsie daisy. Let's get you out of here. ADD too much. This is what's messing up my algorithm. I'm on the desertsun.com. Way more than I should be trying to find player commits. You know what I'm saying? This is what you get. This is where you get the good stuff. Here's number 69. Bob and Weave. Who were we going with? Harry. Bob and Harry. Okay. Number 70. We've got a fourth pick. We can go Xander, Siwoo, Robert McIntyre. Let's go. I'm just slurping him up. Slurp, slurp, slurp. So we can go Bob and Harry again. We can go Bob and Siwoo. I don't have too many Bob and Siwoos. Go Siwoo Bob. What is our Siwoo situation? What is it saying to us for Siwoo? It's telling us to chill out on Siwoo. We have way too much Siwoo. It's 11. So we are looking for a Siwoo. And this is not even for 70. This is for 69. So we go Bob. 11th. I think we go Michael Kim again. We got enough Siwoo. Sneak in a couple more Michael Kims. Bob and Mike. I like that. It feels disgusting, but we've got to spice some things up. 49. I mean, 49. It's taking forever. I took a Kurt Kitayama, finally. Oh, we got a Ryan Foxlate. What pick am I on? Yeah. 11. So we've got Tom Hoagie. Ugh. I just hate that I have so much auto pick Tom Hoagies, I tell you. But maybe he has a good year, and then we're looking Gucci. You never know. All right, so we need some for sure picks playing the John Deere Classic. And some for sure picks playing the Charles Schwab, the CJ Cup. Because we are missing those guys. We need a Farmers. Let's turn some weaknesses into some strengths here. And then we need a Canadian Open as well. Those are where the 5s and 4s are. This is how you force the tool to work for you. So here are our guys. Now you can just go, adjusted rank, or you can just go by rank because you know they're going to cover the 4 that you really need. Marco Penge. Is he available to us? Negative. Okay. Do we have a Garrick? This is the problem. This is why I have too much Garrick ego. Good. Someone took him. Do we have a Sammy Johnny Kiefer? You know, Wrighton is someone that I don't trust to be showing up early. He is playing both, I think, of those Dubai events, maybe just the first one. I'm not entirely sure. But I've got him slated to play the Farmers. And he has a potential to be playing in signature events or potentially has to be playing these ones, depending how he plays. I don't know. So maybe that's not the best option. But FedEx Cup-wise, he may have to play late in the year to catch up because he's not obviously getting a couple, but he's also very good. He might be too good. So maybe we just go with like I just like some Bears. I've been clicking a lot of Bears because Bears takes care of business. He's played nicely at the CJ Cup, Byron Nelson, and he plays nicely at the John Deere Classic. That's the 2 main situations we're looking for. He takes care of some cognizant holes, has to play Canadian Open. He's kind of just in that normie purgatory, which I'm cool with. There's Chandler Blanchet, who I think is also not a terrible option either. He is one of the guys off the Corn Ferry Tour who I think was the number 2 guy behind Michael Brennan, behind Johnny Kiefer. Michael Brennan was America's tour. So we got some Bears, some Chandler. Is Bears taken? Thank God, no. Okay, Bears. And then we'll go Chandler Blanchet for our other pick. If you want to take a quick peek at Chandler, like he was solid. Here we go. This is how he ended his Corn Ferry Tour. So Won the KFT Championship, 7th, 4th, 14th, 24th, win, 12th, 7th. Finished off with some really solid form. I think didn't play terribly at the US Open in his, debut. So you never know. You never know what he gets up to. He's a Corn Ferry Tour guy that's going to find himself playing a lot of the normie events. We can't think he's going to do too much of the bad stuff. He's 118th in the world, not terribly far away from getting himself into the top 50. It's still kind of far, but you get what I'm saying. He could get some signature event sponsors invites potentially later on based off of who he was on the KFT. I don't know. Just putting that out there for you guys. Okay, so number 72. Was 70 a Bobby Mack, Michael Kim? I don't know. We'll get back to it. Whatever. 72. Ben Griffin, Harry Hall. Ooh, does this have a Robert McIntyre available to us? No. It's got a Jordan Spieth. Where did Bobby Mack go? 2-1. Wow. But we got a Ben Griffin. I like that. We can go Ben Griffin, Harry Hall is a lot of starts early. That can help Rory a lot. Maybe Rory falls to us, but that would be a massive fall to get into the 20s. But let's go off of our tool. Number 72. Ben Griffin. So that would be the second pick. And then we got Harry Hall. Suggestions are saying Jordan Spieth, Robert McIntyre, Michael Kim, Fleetwood, 14, Ludwig at 9. You see, I think I don't mind taking like Ludwig or Rory if they fall to us at round 4 kind of thing. Do we want to start taking someone that I've hardly taken any Sam Stevens? That's kind of crazy. Maverick McNeely makes some sense as a 10th pick. I've got 17% of him already, but that's if we want to do that. Let's do that. Ben Griffin, Harry Hall, Maverick McNeely. We'll see how that. The whole point is not for me to love these lineups. It's adjusting my guys that I've been clicking way too much down so that we can have what we need. Nice portfolio variety. Diversification. So here's a Bobby Mack, Harry Hall again. Let's just keep going that route. I don't want to start off too similar though either. Well, here's a Xander, Michael Kim, Robert McIntyre. So if Bobby Mack falls to us there, we'll take him. But I don't think it will. But that would be a fun one. Xander, JJ Spawn. Spieth and Mav is probably where we want to go. Yeah, right. But we've already got some of those guys. Do we want to go Ludwig with this lineup? Let's see what happens if we do that. This is 75. What is this? Xander, JJ. Suggestions. Harry, Spieth, Bobby Mack. The usual stuff. The thing that I don't like about doing 35 drafts at a time, I wish I could just do 10 at a time, but I don't want to drive across Missouri all the time to just add 10 lineups. It's so that I can see how's my exposure updates, which for the next variation next year, I'm going to build a DAWG Dominator. I don't even know how many tabs you can have on a file, but maybe it'll be like 75 or 50. And as you're drafting, it'll update your exposure based off of what you have in those 50 tabs. So if you have, I don't know. I'll figure out a way, because I think having live feedback about who you've drafted is important, because now I've got 35 drafts that are just going off Robert McIntyre, Michael Kim, just firing off these guys, and it's not adjusting the rankings accordingly. So ideally you want to probably do like 15 or 20 lineup rosters at a time, but we cannot afford ourselves that luxury right now. Like, I don't want to be taking Patrick Cantley early. Let's take our guys, and then if any of these guys start falling to us, then we'll take them. I'm going to take Jordan Spieth, and I'll take Maverick. I don't want to be taking these guys early. I'll take a Ludwig or a Patrick Cantley if he comes back. I'm going rogue. There's a Scotty lineup. No Bobby Mack. Damn you, Commander. 2 picks before us. So a Scotty. What are we doing here? Let's check it out. Scotty. No JJ, no Michael Kim, saying Harry Hall. We don't have too many Scotty Harry Halls, so screw it. Off we go. Taking a lot of Harry Hall in this third. Oh, he has a third round Harry Hall. There's another Harry. Okay, here's our first big scramble entry, of which I might have entered too many by accident at $50 a pop. So I think I've got like more than 3 that I wanted. I think I got like 4 now, or 5. But it is what it is. That's why my balance is all the way down to 0, because I think it just kept entering those to me. We got to make sure that we are paying attention. We're not in big scrambles when I've labeled them the wrong thing. Anyway, so I've gone, let's go ahead here and make another copy. It 37 minutes, 30 seconds into the video. We're going to get into some big scrambled. And then we change the settings. And we adapt our model rankings to what the big scramble is demanding from us. Big scramble, information about it. Let's go to all the rules for the big scramble. This is a $50 entry. It's only, I think, 20 max that you can go to entry-wise. There's $40,000 up for grab. Prize pool, 40K to first, 20K to second. It doesn't even halve. You know, like you're getting top 15 gets you $1,000. So if you make it to the final pool, which is only 25 people. So you're basically just trying to get to the nice balanced payout over here. Let you know, ideally 40K would be better than 20K, hey, obviously. But 5th place is $7,500. So that's not terrible. And what is going on is this. Round 1, 6-people groups. Same situation as normal scramble. Round 2, 6-person groups. Round 3, 5-person groups. And then you get into round 4 and there's only 25 people versus the 250 people in the scramble, right? The big scramble, smaller contest, 750 people. So, sorry, that's round 2. Round 2 will consist of 750 people, whatever that means. So, yeah. Is that after round 1? We know what the entry is there. We can see it. But this is kind of what we're looking at. So basically, you want to make sure that you're getting through the first 2 rounds, because then you go from having a 1 in 6 chance to make it through to a 1 in 5 chance in round 3. And then you only have to beat 24 other people in round 4. So like your upside you're shooting for in round 4 isn't as high, I don't think. Like it shouldn't be a primary priority because you're only going up against 24 other people if you make it there. And you've got less opportunity to make it there because you have less entries. So I think priority number 1 in particular for this contest for me is to play it like a cash game where I'm kind of shooting for round 1 and round 2 heavy. Just get through round 3 as best I can. And then round 4, we'll see how it goes. You know, it's only 24 other people. If I'm using this tool correctly, it'll still take care of round 4 for me. I'll have enough starts. But the number 1 priority is to get to the promised land here. Whereas the scramble in round 4, if you don't have anything going on, you know, like you get to round 4 and the prize pool shows up and there's 250 other people going at it and you win yourself $500 by finishing 66th. You know, like that's 66th out of 200. That's like top quarter still. So $250 for making it to the finals, basically. So that's the situation there. And you want to make sure you have high upside to kind of separate yourself from 261 other people. You need to have a heavy set round 4 focus for this contest. Whereas I think for the big scramble, we can change our rankings up a little bit. So let's go ahead and do that. So we just want some good projected starts. I kind of fancy that just still being, we want some high volume guys. So I think that's a good start. Let's just go 15% off the top rope. We want 10% like big time starts there. We're gonna limit the round 4 starts as well. Let's go 10% for, go 5%, 5% for round 1, round 2 starts. So 25% of our model rankings and weightings are going to just be based off of total starts. I need a lot of starts and I need emphasis on round 1 and round 2. Then we're going to go birdie or better band. Cool, I'm fine with the 10% since this is a fantasy contest and it's based off of DP World Tour, KFT, and PGA events, how other golfers did versus the guys they were playing in that round. So it's not based off of like that tournament, it's that round. So it's like as accurate as conditions can be. So birdie or better gained over there, weighted strokes gained, you know, obviously looking for guys playing good golf. I'm not gonna freak out too much about staggering guys. I want a good weighted strokes gain includes the last 12 months. I want guys that have got good long-term baselines, safer options in the situation. So last 4, last 8 spike performances. I don't want to like mess around too much with my stuff. So I'm going to just go with like a bit more of a long-term strokes gain for this particular contest. OWGR always helps to get you some, to help push up guys that are close to qualifying for majors, which are good freebie starts to have if these guys are playing in majors, you know, especially if they're close, they'll continue to play more golf to try and get into the major. So that's fun there. 5% is fine. I'm not going to be too worried about top 5. I'm not looking for upside. I'm looking for guys to make cuts, to give me advancement. You know, like I know it's terrible to think about. I like this made cut rate at 10% there. I'm going to leave the average finishing position points out of it a little bit. And then I'm going to take course history away from round 4 and I'm going to make it course history for round 2. And we've got 90% left to go. Fine. We'll go top 10 rates for 10%. We'll go average finishing position points. Okay. Which is kind of based off of a variety of these factors. From last year's contests, based off of this year's scoring schedules. So that is now our situation. How has that changed? So Robert McIntyre gets a big ding because not helping us early. So I don't know if I'm going to go to Bobby Mack in the big scramble. We see Harry Hall fall down a little bit. Why? Because he's just not a good golfer overall. Or is it to do with his top 10 ratings? What is it? Why is Harry Hall falling so far down? World ranking, 5%, whatever. Average finishing position points, only 3%, only like 3 points per start. And his course history, not necessarily the greatest in round 2. It's like losing half a stroke in that round 2 swing. So that's, important to note for this contest. So some other names, Max Griesemann, Sung J M falling all the way down, and guys like Russell Henley starting to pop up, Seb Straka, Siwoo Kim finding their way back up the rankings. Corey Connors is a great guy if you're looking to get through round 2. He contributes heavily. I think his round 2 strokes gain stuff is bananas good. Yeah, so he's Valero, Texas Open, the Valspar, the Players, Arnold Palmer, Bay Hill, the Masters, those are places that Corey Connors plays good golf. So, cool. We've got new rankings for this. Let's change this to the Big Scramble number 1. Big Scramble. The Big Scramble number 1. And we've taken Ben Griffin already, I believe. I've been drafting and we're not even close to getting close yet. Okay, Ben Griffin available. So we've got Harry Hall, Bobby Mack, Tommy Fleetwood. So Ben, I love Ben Griffin. What did Ben Griffin's ranking come out? Number 2 for this. 4 for this one. We're going to also take off exposure for this one too. Okay. So Tommy Fleetwood, he's going to give us that round 2 solid stuff. Round 3 solid stuff. I don't know if Tommy's going to play the Canadian Open. That's something we've been discussing as well. Jordan Spieth can give you massive volume out of the gate as well. Is that what we're looking for? Is just volume? Or at the beginning, are we looking for some spike potential? Tommy. If I go, we're playing this like cash game, so let's make sure that in case Tommy Fleetwood doesn't play, we have the correct, we can like nerf his schedule a little bit. Maybe he doesn't play the Canadian Open, since that will be 5 in a row. It turns him into still the second pick, or is it taking too long to go? So yeah. Rory gives you that Houston start, which is nice because then you can get Tommy and Rory, and then we just hammer the rest. Like after we go Ben, Tommy, Rory, then we can go heavy on round 1 with the non-signature guys. I'm gonna take that strategy. Yeah. What is Rory's? Not a good ranking. Why is he still nerfed on the power rankings for us as well? Probably. Yeah. Oh, we have him there. But this is a different one. We don't want to nerf him too much. He checks some boxes for us, yeah. So round 3 seems like a solid option for Rory in this contest. Yeah. So there we go. I'm going to go Tommy Rory. Let's mess around here and see what happens. And then we're going to just pepper round 1 with non-signature guys that are playing all of those signature events as well. Did Ben Griffin steal Pat Mayo's lunch money as a kid? He's habitual. He is an individual, which is fine. I'm happy about that because it means I've been scooping up Ben Griffin 2, 3, and 4 like a lot the last little while. That's so funny. He is an habitual. He is. He doesn't like him at all, does he? Okay, 77. Let's start powering through a couple, yeah. We didn't really have to do. We kind of got a feel for our rankings. Here's a Ben Griffin start with a Bobby Mack. I'm going to take Ben Griffin, Bobby Mack starts as much as I can. Here's a big scramble number 2. Let's do that while we're in that groove. We've got another Ben Griffin. No Tommy Fleetwood available to us, yeah? So potential Sepp Straka sighting early. We have a liking for Sepp Straka. I think I have him ranked 9th in this model based off of what we saw here. I saw him popping up a little bit. Where are you? Yeah, 6th. So I'm down for a Sepp Straka click over here. If we go the big scramble number 2. Is this a Ben? Ben Griffin, Sepp Straka. $13th, Michael Kim, obviously generating a lot of traction. We'll take Corey Connors maybe in the 3rd. Sepp. Whether or not Sepp plays the Cognizant, also, let's see if that changes his power rankings. Because that would be 7 in a row. Drops him from 6 to 13. It's a big drop. Because the Cognizant he's played well at. If you take that away, it takes away strokes gained that he's done really. 1.9 strokes gained average there. So it drops him a lot, but it still drops him to a spot where it makes sense. 13th in the rankings, and he's fallen to us at 10. I'll take Sepp Straka for the big scramble, you know. For the big scramble, yeah, we got a Scotty Scheffler lineup. That's nice to pair up with. Big scramble 3. So Scotty, Harry Spieth, Corey Connors. Because Corey Connors would then play the Sony, which Scotty doesn't play. He'll play the Waste Management, which Scotty does. Is Harry Hall going to play this all 7 in a row? We don't know. I mean, probably. Maybe, maybe not. Big scramble. Like a Scotty Jordan start is really interesting. Cannot do that. Been taken. Right. Bobby Mack getting jumped to 12 over here. I'm still looking for a couple Sony guys and a couple Cognizant guys. Taylor Penrith checks those boxes, but I don't know. He doesn't grade it. Like his ranking isn't good. I don't think he plays well. He just plays a lot of that stuff. So Rory in the big. I mean, he's not doing it for me. I think I'm gonna have to take Rory later if he falls. Do I go Scotty, Tommy? Scotty's taking care of round 1. Tommy's taking care of round 2, along with Scotty. Scotty, Tommy. I mean, do we just go the big 3 in the big scramble? Scotty, Tommy. Rory's ranking still stays crap. Corey Connor's popping pretty hard for us because he gives us Valspar and Valero. He also gives us Canadian Open, some nice starts, and the Sony. Will Corey make it back to us? Probably not. So we've got to go. I'm just going to take him. Okay. I can't do, maybe we take Rory if he comes back to us, but now we've got our big 3 hitters. I'm going to go. Yeah. If you want to see what you've got up to in past drafts, if you can like fiddle with the schedule and then you can plug your guys in and see how it works out. So it's a pretty sick tool. Tommy's nice, man. And he's playing good golf. He's consistent. And he plays some random tournaments in that second round. So we've got Scotty Tommy it's a good start. Here's the scramble. A Scotty Tommy Bobby. Wow. Ooh. Okay, we got to start what number is this? It's going to be like I think I stopped at 99. So this is probably going to be number 100. Since it doesn't have look how this one is just flying off the board. Scotty Tommy Bobby. Oh, I like that. Serious holes at the Farmers, serious holes at the Sony, serious holes at the Cognizant. Don't worry. This is now where I love going to non-signature guys. This is where the tool really starts pumping out options. Sam Stevens, Bridgman, Nick Taylor. Nick Taylor's going to help us at the Sony. We need guys that can help us across like Michael Brennan, like Brian Harmon. Andrew Novak won't give us a Cognizant, but he will give us some serious utility early. I think Sony he's going to start off with 6 in a row. Hideki will give us a Sony and a Farmers. Will Hideki? Where's Hideki? Let's take him out of here. Put Robert McIntyre here so that Hideki still shows up. And what the cool thing is, so if you really want to do this, you can go and you can even skip a name in the draft. So if you want to like build out from the back end and you just want to know, okay, who fills the hole if I want to go with Robert McIntyre in round 4 and I want to go with Sam Stevens in round 5, etc., it will change. Sorry. It will keep the ADP the same for that pick that you have, and it will change the rankings accordingly based off of who you've selected as you keep going down. Let's add Patrick Cantley, for instance. Over there, it keeps changing all the different rankings for you guys. So that's one way to use this tool as well. So we got a Bobby Max start. Hideki Matsuyama, it's ranking as a 26. He doesn't give you. What is his problem? It's just he's just getting grafted too high versus where I like. Nick Taylor, Hideki, Cantley, Michael Brennan, and Brian Harmon. Brennan and Brian. So Brennan and Brian. So that's nice. That solves the Sony and it solves the Cognizant for 2 starts for us. And now we just find Farmers, Cognizance, etc., along the way. Remember, Michael Brennan provides a very interesting path. He is 34th in OWGR, which means he's like 4 or 5 spots out of qualifying, auto-qualifying for the signature events. Top 30 in the world in OWGR get into signature events the week before. So if you are top 30 at the Phoenix Open or after the Phoenix Open, boom, you are in, I think, or the Farmers, whatever. I don't know. I don't know the technicalities. You know what I'm saying? Brennan is a stud. He's like a beast, dude. And he's got that like elite upside with the ball speed. Happy to slide him in here. Because Michael Brennan also, fun situation. If he plays all 5 signature events, that's perfect for this kind of roster that we've got. Scotty, Tommy, Robbie, Mac. But he's 34th in the world. If he plays well, which he should be, he's 34th in the world. If he plays a lot of these tournaments early, he can jump into the top 30. Then he gets to Pebble and the Genesis. I think he'd be a great golfer around the Genesis at Riviera. Whether or not he gets into the API or not, we'll see. Then you get players, Valspar, Houston, Valero, Masters. He's clinched that with the win at the Utah. And then he also clinches the RBC Heritage start with a win at the Utah. And then he's playing in all these tournaments that all of these non-normie guys are playing. They're not playing in it because they don't have his world ranking and his status and his kind of path into all of this stuff. So he's gathering world ranking points and off we go. So he's going to be hovering around that top 30 in the world that could potentially have him playing signatures and a lot of normie events. I like him a lot. He's a talented individual. He could start off playing all the normies for you in round 1 and then morph into a signature event guy down the stretch. So like you can go to your projected schedule, Michael Brennan, take him out of the John Deere Classic potentially, you know, because maybe, and start sliding him into a couple more signature events, that kind of thought process. Once you get late in the drafting season, change shit up. All right, so Michael Brennan, and then we go Brian Harmon. As we saw, it fixes a lot of holes for us. Do I love Brian Harmon at the Cognizant? He hasn't necessarily played the greatest golf over there. Is that someone we really want to go to? Or do we want to go like Chris Kirk? Or Nico? Chris Kirk. I like what Brian Harmon does. Okay. He gives us a couple more signature starts as well and takes care of 2 Sony Opens. And okay. Let's just go with that one. Yeah. I think that's what we're doing. Okay. What does Andrew Novak do? I don't think Novak's actually playing the Sony. So lefty quota taken care of? Absolutely. Okay, Brian Harmon. Off we go. Okay, 78. We're still just kind of going Xander, Bobby Mack. But this is a different one. We're in the middle of the draft. We're not at the turn, so I don't mind taking Bobby Mack later. Then we'll start taking wherever we want after that. He has 80. This one is motoring along. Scotty, Tommy, Harry. I've got 2 picks to go. Okay. Scotty, Tommy, Harry. Suggestions are Robert McIntyre, not available. Jacob Bridgman, Nick Taylor, Brian Harmon. I think I'm going to go Nick Taylor because I've got like single-digit Nick Taylor ownership. Yeah, if Nick Taylor's not even available, maybe this is like a Ludwig situation. Nick Taylor got taken ages ago. See, this is fine. I'll take Ludwig like 20. We'll take him as our 5th pick. I don't mind Rico Hoey either. Rico Hoey, if we change, the adjusted ranking here, that will change significantly for him. 37th. No, not really. I guess it is quite significant. Sam Stevens gets a good pop. We do need some Cognizant love, though. I'm not even sure if Harry Hall will be playing in the Cognizant. Rico Hoey will be. So Rico Ludwig seems like an interesting, fun start there with Scotty Scheffler. Or do we want to just go Rico, Michael Brennan? I mean, that would be a freaking powerhouse duo for our non-signature event situation starts there. I think I'm actually going to go. You see, that's the problem with Ludwig is like we'll try and take him if he starts falling further. I need to like stash. We got to get like 3 of the best guys for signature events and the 3 of the best guys. Ideally, I want the next 6 guys to be non-signature event guys. That's kind of how I like start building. And then the back end, the next 3, you take the guys, or you just start sprinkling in signature event guys as they drop down the draft board. 3 studs to start, bunch of normies in the middle, scoop up ADP value as like random guys fall, and then you finish out your rounds like that. So that's kind of that's the spirit of what we're getting up to here right now. 81, Ben Griffin. I'm going to go as many Ben Griffin, Robert McIntyres as I can. Siwoo, Bobby Mack. Tommy Fleetwood. Pendrith, Maverick McNeely, Corey Connors, Nick Taylor. Maybe this is a Nick Taylor spot. That's an interesting start there. Okay. Siwoo, Robert McIntyre. Suggestions are Jordan Spieth, Harry Hall, Robert McIntyre, Sam Stevens, Griesemann, Cantley. No one in particular. We'll take Mav. We'll take Mav. Okay. Why didn't we go Nick Taylor? I don't know. Maybe we'll take him on the wraparound. I've got I can't get off of people for some reason. 83, Xander, Robert McIntyre, Harry Hall mid-round, yeah. Let's go. I like that as a start. Okay. 84, Ben Griffin. Robert McIntyre right before me. Womp womp. Harry Hall. Ben Griffin, Jordan Spieth could be like volume overload. Not to discourage anyone, but I just drafted the winner, I think. Mr. Black Ops says, hey, that's not discouraging until like later on. We're going to only meet in the final. You know what I'm saying? Who were your guys that you thought what has you believing that, Mr. Black Ops? Ben Griffin, Harry Hall, Jordan Spieth start. Let's try that out there. Okay. We're going to get to the end of this draft board. Cameron Young, Tommy Fleetwood. Cameron Young, Tommy Fleetwood. What number is this? 85. All right. Sam Stevens available. Don't have much of him. I think we might just have to snag him up. What is it saying here? Yeah, we got Sam Stevens popping pretty hard for us. Let's go ahead and take some Sam Stevens. I don't have much of him. Can't say I'm thrilled about that decision, but once again, we're leaving Nick Taylor. Should we just go ahead and put Nick Taylor in the mixture as well? Take care of our quota. Try and get a couple more of these guys in our situation. Serious cognizant problem coming along here, though. See, like Rico Hoey versus Nick Taylor right here. Like, boom. Now we've got stars playing everywhere. Whereas Nick Taylor's probably going to win the Sony Open or the Amex or the Waste Management. I don't know. He's fantastic out there. We'll get a couple of him in, yeah. Maybe Rico falls to us somehow. Probably never going to happen. Anyway, 87, moving along. We've got a Ben Griffin. Let's get a Ben Griffin Sepp Straka combination going on. Love that for us. We'll be taking a Robert McIntyre if he returns. We'll take a Harry Hall if he returns. We'll take a Jordan Spieth if he returns. All right. 86, Ben Griffin. JJ Spawn, sign me up. Should not be taking that much JJ Spawn. Let's go Ben Griffin, Robert McIntyre. I've got too much JJ Spawn. What happens if Robert McIntyre's the new JJ Spawn? Scotty, Robbie, Tommy, Rico, Michael Brennan gone in the 4th. Gone too soon. Rico, Max Griesemann, I mean, oh man. What number is this one? 88. Scotty, Tommy, Bobby. Was it? Either, yeah, something like that. You know, I think the thing with Xander is he gives you a lot of juice early on in round 1. I mean, if you think about what Xander gets up to, he plays nicely at the Amex. Farmers is a golf course that he should absolutely thrive on. I think that's his home event. You know, he gives you those 5 starts there. And in majors, he's going to give you a top 20 nonstop. His only issue, I think what's turning people off from Xander is the fact that, like, if we don't wait top 10, top 5 that much, I mean, look how bad his top 5 numbers were. But made cuts, you know, he's so solid. He's also got the best course history in round 1 by a long way. If we go take a look at, you know, his projected schedule, there's a lot to like about Xander Schauffele's. We can just filter on round 1. Oh, we can't. Let's just go 80. There we go. Okay. I mean, look at this. American Express averaging 3 strokes per round. Farmers Insurance, 2 strokes per round. 2.7 at the Waste Management Phoenix Open. Pebble Beach, not so hot, but, you know, we've got lots of random people playing in that tournament. Genesis Invitational, 1.5 strokes. So Xander's like, yes, you know, for round 1, round 2 stuff, he's playing well at the Valspar. He's got you some serious juice if you're kind of looking that way. So to go here, we would get some Sam Stevens, Bridgman, Nick Taylor, Max Griesemann, which I have way too much of. So we're kind of trying to pump the brakes there a little bit. Maverick McNeely still going off as an option. But we've got our 2 guys, you know, Rico, Max. Let's just plug that in like we said we were going to do ages ago. Rico, Max. So far through the first 5, we've got nothing worse than a 2 in the top box there, which is really nice. That's what Max Griesemann takes care of a lot of. But maybe we can find some love elsewhere. Ideally in the form of like I can't go to Brian Harmon again. Surely Chris Kirk's going to play the Cognizant and the Sony. Like a Rico Chris Kirk situation. Chris Kirk's also in the first couple signature events as well. So let's go ahead and do that. What does Chris Kirk rank for us? Yikes. He's only, you see, so this is the situation with him, is he could only play 2 rounds of golf in round 3. CJ Cup, Byron Nelson, Charles Schwab, but that could potentially change if he gets into the top 50 in the world with a lot of golf early on courses that really suit his game. I don't know. Is that someone, the rankings, we kind of trying to go strictly off rankings right now. And it seems like Chris Kirk is causing us the issue. Rico. Alex Noren. I know we are like jumping the gun so hard here. Aaron Rai seems like not a terrible option. He could, is he going to play those 2 to start off with? He needs to. I'm kind of stuck. Let's go. If we go Andrew Novak, I'm looking for Cognizant starters, guys. Do we just go Griesemann here just one more time? Just go back to the well? Or is there someone else that can do that for us? Do we just go nasty with Chris Kirk off the bat? No. I'm hitting a wall. Let's just make this Rico pick. I'll do this some other time. Okay. 92. Scotty. Bobby Mack. Love that. Scotty, Bobby, Tommy. Scotty, Bobby, Jordan. Scotty, Bobby, Rory. Scotty, Bobby, Tommy is like seriously way impressive, like if you think about the potential that these guys can give you. I can't stop clicking Tommy Fleetwood's name, people. And the whole point about the show was to do that. So we got to go other ways. You know what? I like Tommy Fleetwood way too much. Let's go ahead, Jan. Click Robert McIntyre, Tommy Fleetwood. Off we go, 89. Ben Griffin as a Robert McIntyre. I'll take you with I love these Ben Griffin, Robert McIntyre starts. 79. Scotty, Harry. Tommy. Let's go Scotty and Jordan, yeah. This is going to be a fun one. Okay, 81. Ben Griffin, Robert McIntyre. Harry Hall. I mean, that's not a terrible start at all for us. Taking care of some names that I don't have exposure to. Got a big scramble 1 that's returned to us already. Big scramble 1. Ben Griffin. Tommy Fleetwood. Jordan Spieth, Corey Connors on the docket for sure. Jordan Spieth available. There's Corey Connors. We're not overthinking this. Just a big scramble. Just click the names. Just click the names. Well, I don't want to click Bobby Mack so hard. Okay. Jordan Spieth it is. 84. Ben Griffin, Harry Hall, Jordan Spieth. We're just going to go volume bros, yeah? Got to stop clicking Jordan Spieth's name at some point. We can start that restraint here because he has found his way to the top of the list here. There's a Ben Griffin, Robert McIntyre, Tommy Fleetwood situation. Do we want to try a do we go Rico? Do we want to try go Rico Hoey early? And the thing is, I don't mind Rico Hoey at all. He's someone that I think is like gonna have a massive year. Oh no, Enrico Denotti. It's not the guy we're looking for. We're looking for Rico Hoey. So 69th in the world ranking points. He ended his year like this. Swing season savant. But again, a slew of non-signature events starts. He really hasn't done anything spectacular in the big events, has he? Did not play too many. Oh. PGA Championship was his only major. So this dude's looking to like get involved. Oh, he's got a US Open as well. But that's from ages ago. So yeah. I mean, look at this. This is what you want in all of these events. When you want these black background situations, Rico Hoey is going to be giving you top marks. Seconds, fourths, 20 seconds, ninths, like on demand. So I hope I didn't take Kirk. How much Rico Hoey do we have? Oh, it's telling us, yeah, we've got too much Rico Hoey. Should we just do a panic Ludwig? Because I mean, we're not taking him. It's telling us to take him. Let's take one. Okay, whatever. Scotty, Robert, Tommy, Rico. This is the one that's coming back to haunt me. I can't make that decision. Let's go Rico, Nico. We're for sure covering Sony and Cognizant with Nico as well, hopefully. Xander, Michael Kim. Interesting situation, yeah. Xander, Michael Kim, Rory McIlroy. Xander, Michael Kim, Ludwig Oberg. Xander, Michael Kim, Maverick McNeely. The thing with Michael Kim is like, I just don't see him winning tournaments on the PGA Tour, to be honest with you. Now, he did win some random event in France, but like, who knows? Xander, Michael Kim, Rory is a very, very interesting lineup. It's strong in round 2 for sure, but it's not working for me. Not number 2, in round 2. Yeah, your second pick. I know. this is the thing, is I haven't been taking him there. What does my Michael Kim situation look like? I have got 8 lineups with Michael Kim in it, and they were all picks 20, 33, 20, 14, 23, 24, 23, 28. We're taking him like round four. And then we've got a round 4. We've got a second, third rounder there. Sorry, a third round. So I've never taken him in the second round at all. So this journey is not necessarily about finding value. It's about finding exposure and diversification of portfolios. And Michael Kim needs to be added to our portfolio a little more. And sadly, we are now taking him in round 2. And I don't know where to go after that. So I'm going to just take... let's go with another Ludwig. If I mean, this is a gross ass lineup. I cannot even I can't really stomach that situation. So we'll have to have the tool figure out the rest for us. Ben Griffin. I will take a Ben Griffin JJ Spawn all day. I know Darbo was saying you'll take Xander over JJ Spawn. JJ Spawn had himself a low-key good year last year. Not even low-key. I mean, look at this finish rates here. Since it's really impressive. Tour Championship, BMW Championship, whatever. Charles Schwab 6th. Truest. Now he's a US Open champion. 23rd at the Open Championship. His best finish prior to the Open Championship was that 37th finish, yeah. 23rd at the Masters. JJ Spawn's got a US Open win, and that is his only top 20. So he's got 2 23rds. Majors are going to be his problem, but I mean, you are looking at someone that was just ball striking the living crap out of it last year. Whenever the putter showed up, he did. I mean, what a crazy week to have a fantastic putting performance. His ball striking wasn't even that good. He's had better ball striking performances than that. The Players, for instance. Putter just couldn't work for him there. Tough scenes, but I will take you, my friend. I will take you to the promised land if you take me to the promised land. Like a Ben Griffin, JJ Spawn, Sepp Straka. I would love that kind of situation. Especially if JJ Spawn goes and when JJ Spawn goes ahead and plays Sony and wins that somehow, then we're looking Gucci too, Here's a Pat Mayo Open, number 7. Wow, it's not even open for me right now. I'll pull up a Pat Mayo Open tool, and this is pick number 12. What do we have queued up? We've got a bunch of random dudes. Okay. Pat Mayo Open. Number 7. We want a Jason Day in there. Look at this onslaught of starts for round 2 in the Pat Mayo Open. When you're going up against a bunch of people. Is that what we had the settings set for? Round 2 starts, yeah. Because you're going up against 10 people and only 2 people get through that round. So we need round 2 juggernauts, and Jason Day is not even part of that equation over here. He's available to us. And if you take a look at Jason Day's situation, this might be the last thing I get up to here. Projected schedule for Jason Day. A lot to like. We're getting him last in drafts. We was chatting about him in the Discord. LAX was chatting about him. He'll take Jason Day over Russell Henley, which is fair. I got J Day ranked 39th. Doesn't matter because you can get him anywhere in the draft that you please. It's not going drafted sometimes. You're getting a Jason Day start at the Texas Open. You're getting the Farmers and the Amex as well. Jason Day could easily win the Farmers. Plays fantastic golf out there. Get the 2 signature starts, and then I have him playing the John Deere Classic for some reason. He's officially outside of the top 50 in the world. So he may have to play the John Deere Classic to try and get into the Open Championship, depending on, like that's the situation he finds himself in. Maybe he doesn't play the John Deere Classic. It is what it is. He also has typically played the CJ Cup Byron Nelson out there, but that's, I don't know if that was getting ready for the PGA Championship in the past. We've got a weird situation. This part of the schedule, there's a gap here with the Zurich. It's causing issues for me, and I don't know what to do. This whole new schedule is like, I could have it completely wrong, to be honest with you, or we've nailed it. I don't know, but tough scenes for us. Either way, Jason Day going to take care of business for us in this lineup. So in the Pat Mayo Open, let's kind of just top this guy off. See if there's any dead lineups in this one. I only had a couple entries. I think I only had 7 or 8 entries in this contest, sadly, before it filled up. So looking to kind of get through a couple if I can. Scheffler, McIntyre, Cantley, Brennan, Thorbjorn. He just went hard with the mules early. But he's got Patrick Cantley. Like that's Rory Cantley. Like this is the thing. Let's go Rory Cantley Mac for that start. It's not going to do you anything good. Rory Cantley Mac. Did he have a Scotty? Is that the Scotty guy? Yeah, Scotty. So even with the Scotty lineup, you've got one start at the Sony, and that includes a Robert McIntyre, who's Sony I have to take out of the schedule. That's been adjusted. So 0 Sony starts, 0 Farmers, 0 Cognizance. 2 starts at the Waste Management Phoenix Open. I mean, you're not getting a lot of output early on from those first 4 starts at all. If you're going with Patrick Cantley and Rory on top of that. Like if you get someone like Rico all of a sudden now, like you've got 1s across the board. And Rico, I think, is like, I don't know, Patrick Cantley, I don't believe in much. So, we'll see. Also, JJ Spahn is started to finally figure his health out. And everyone's expecting, like people like JJ Spahn, Ben Griffin expect regression. Like, why? What about this kind of a profile? I mean, he went nuts on approach and off the tee. I mean, he just figured his ball striking out. Isn't that like some of the most sustainable stuff you can do in golf is figure out your ball striking? It's not like he's chipped and putted his way to success. And JJ Spahn, if you take a look at his 2025 year, Rory McIlroy, who was this? We won the FedEx St. Jude. Justin Rose beat him in the FedEx St. Jude in a playoff, and then Rory beat him at the Players in a playoff. Like, he could have had 3. He could have had a Players, a US Open, and a playoff win last year if he had 2 playoffs go his way. But instead, he cashed in on a US Open ticket. So you never know. You never know what happens. Maybe he sucks. Maybe he doesn't. I don't know. All right, friends. That's going to be it from me in my little bubble, yeah? Time to go check and see what's happening in the big wide world. Use the link in the description below to see what the first, if you're tuning in and you've been watching this, you don't know what you're doing. I don't know why you're this far deep in. The basic video, the best ball basics for people that are still getting used to this stuff. Check that out. Link in the description. Check under the live tab. I've got 6 streams, which is like 9 hours of content for you guys out there. So enjoy that. Sign up to the Model Maniac Patreon as an annual subscriber. You get the DAWG Dominator for free, 2 months off the top for free as an annual sub. It's a really good package over there. It's the beginning of the year. There's no better time to do that than now. So go and get yourself figured out there. Jump in the Discord, get all the tools, all my picks, all my models. Round 1 showdown, round 2 showdown, 3 showdown, 4 showdown. We've got Underdog daily drafts. We can do drafts for the full tournament. We're going to be having you guys set up for success in the Discord there with these kind of tools. So let's have ourselves a day. Merry New Year and a happy rest of holidays to you all. I'm probably going to be back tomorrow, maybe. So we'll have a good one. Catch you guys later. Bye-bye.